Welcome to the summary of Episode 5, Protection. January 24th, 2017. Omen, Cyborg, and Arsenal are on a plane to Egypt. Roy is frustrated by Lilith's vague description of their mission, but she explains that her visions are often ambiguous. She urges the importance of arriving to the rendezvous spot before the person they are meeting, and emphasizes his importance to the galaxy. She adds that they must be the first ones to greet him, because he'll have total memory loss. Opening credits. January 20th, 2017. In Paris, Fleur wakes up to find Dick unable to sleep. Although Dick dismisses her concerns, Fleur suggests that it might be time for him to return to his other life. As happy as they are together, Dick sees the truth in her words, and reluctantly agrees to start packing the next day and return back to the US. January 25th, 2017. Lilith, Vic, and Roy are traveling through Egypt's eastern desert on a dune buggy. Lilith stops them at a certain point and says that it won't be long. On Apocalypse, Lex Luthor and Queen Bee meet Darkseid face to face for the first time, accompanied by his bodyguard, Stompa. Queen Bee privately notes to Luthor that her influencing powers have no effect on the inhabitants of Apocalypse. A slave brings food for Darkseid and his guests. When Darkseid takes a bite and dislikes the taste, he signals to Stompa, who crushes the slave's head under her foot. With Iris West away for the weekend, Flash invites Kid Flash and Blue Beetle over for dinner. Although he is shy around his boyfriend's grandfather, Jaime eventually starts to relax. The power suddenly goes out, and a terrifying voice calls them out by name. They ask who he is, and he tells them that they'll find out soon enough. For now, the voice says he's here with a warning to not prevent the events to come. A split second later, the mysterious being knocks all three of them unconscious. As the trio wait impatiently in the desert, Roy starts to question Lilith's accuracy when a glowing portal suddenly appears near them. A frightened young man, dressed in a full superhero costume, appears through the portal. The trio gently assure him that they are there to help him. He seems to instinctively trust Lilith. Vic suggests that they leave the desert since he is the only one with an internal cooling system. Darkseid introduces Luthor and Queen Bee to Mantis, the captain of the guard. Darkseid reminds Mantis that he is not to eat the humans. Just then, a fight breaks out among some of the warriors. Mantis jumps in among them, and the warriors immediately grovel before him. One warrior is defiant though, so Mantis turns around and touches the rebel, who instantly turns to ash and crumbles. Luthor and Queen Bee look startled. As the group flies back to the US, they try to get some information from the young man without overwhelming him. He remembers nothing, not even his own name. The only thing he can tell them is that he has a strong feeling of having been or needing to be a protector. Roy says that protector is what they'll call him until his memory returns. Flash and Bart rapidly recover, and after making sure the unconscious Jaime is still breathing, they pursue their attacker. They encounter an unfamiliar being in a yellow costume who was blurry from vibrating so fast. They chase him all over the city, but the villain is clearly toying with them and eventually speeds away. Flash is amazed, having never met a speedster faster than he is. A moment later, they realize that while he was being chased, the villain slashed the tires of every car in the city. As Flash and Bart stand in the street, people nearby look at them accusingly. On the Justice League satellite, Flash is finishing his story about the villain and the major public relations effort it will take to restore his good name. The assembled group then moves the discussion to an upcoming summit with the United Nations about using the Phantom Zone to store criminals. Hal Jordan, Superman, Icon, Batman, and Wonder Woman will be representing the League. Along with the senior members of the team, they debate whether to present a unified front to the UN, as if the entire League supports the action, or reveal that there was internal disagreement. They finally vote on transparency to present a complete picture of the pros and cons. Nightwing enters the meeting room in his costume and remarks that it seems like things have been busy. So, just a few comments on the 5th episode. The character of Protector was created for 3 Teen Titans drug awareness comics in the 80s. Because the corporate sponsors of the comics didn't have the rights to use Robin, they substituted an original Robin facsimile. In the comics, he was pretty generic, but I thought he'd be an interesting addition to the team. I ended up giving him a pretty extensive backstory, and Lilith's predictions about his importance to the universe come true in later seasons. I always thought Stampa and Mantis were two of the sillier characters in Darkseid's gang, so I wanted to show how deadly serious they are. Luther and Queen Bee are suitably impressed, and it's nice to see these two highly self-confident characters realize how out of their depth they are. We see the ongoing discussion about the ethics of using the Phantom Zone. The League has certainly had its morally ambiguous moments in various media, but I decided that they would err on the side of transparency as a contrast to the media's increasingly negative depiction of them. Nightwing also has his moment of truth with Fleur and decides that his obligations outweigh his personal happiness. I thought the first two seasons of Young Justice each had a standout villain who was as intimidating as an animated villain can get. That was Clarion the Witch Boy and Black Beetle, respectively. For my third season, I bring Reverse Flash in for that purpose. He thoroughly outclasses Flash 2 times in one episode, and to add insult to injury, ruins his public reputation. Flash always seems so cheerful, but someone with those powers and no conscience would be truly terrifying. This season is named after Darkseid, but Reverse Flash will end up driving a lot of the plot. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and look for many more episodes to come. Also, please leave comments about what you did or didn't like and why. Take care.